Hi, Race Ambassador Zach here. It's been a fair few months since the ambassadorships began, and we all started posting to social media endorsing the race. And while I'm sure everyone is looking forward to the return to live running, one thing I've wondered is what do we really know about the history of sport and the hidden curriculum behind it? This is what I'm posing to all of you. How much do you know? Because I'd like to know what you think. One thing I've learned over time is that there is a hidden curriculum that we've long forgotten because it was no longer in use for a long time, at least not in the way it used to be. I'm going to explain how that is through this article I've written, and am speaking to you now, Running with Meaning. Throughout history, sport has been associated with privilege, purpose, militaristic might, and symbolic meaning. In running, it's no different. Running is sport, and it was a way in which people would distinguish themselves for wealth and prestige. From biblical ages to the modern day, young people, usually men of privilege, were encouraged to occupy themselves with athletic pursuits. In the ancient way, in anthropological circles, it is a way for young men to practice their battle skills out of necessity for survival. Today, one could argue it's not changed much. But one thing that has changed is why we do it. We do it to show ourselves and our abilities, but also everyone has a personal reason, and that's much more respectable than just doing it for glory or wealth, if you ask me. Though some aspects have changed, there are those that haven't, and that is the hidden curriculum. We're going to talk about, the heraldic days of knighthood. The tournament fairgrounds would have been adorned with tents and banners of all colors and with many symbols upon them, as a means by which people recognized each other and the nobles who competed. One would adorn a white stag, another a golden lion or a black boar, some a red phoenix. These were the symbols of liege lords who were taking part in the games, and this was how people identified the people to whom they would cheer for. But also, just as important as the symbol, was the color. The colors were a hidden curriculum by which people defined what they stood for in the days of knighthood. Red was the symbol of warriors, such as the Crusaders or even kings in the battlefield. Blue was the symbol of loyalty. Green was the symbol of hope and promise, as it was generally worn by young knights who had just achieved their station and were just starting to walk the journey of heraldry. White was the traditional symbol of purity and peace, but also of worthiness. And purple was a very distinguishable color because it was not one people saw too often. It was the color that signified royal sovereignty, so it was an important one. This system is a hidden curriculum today, but it still exists in many ways. For example, say you did cross country or track in school. You would wear your school color and wear the symbol of your school, such as a panther or, say, a dragon, even a hawk. But more importantly, the tradition continues today because, well, it still exists. One thing that you can see where it exists is the brands athletes today wear and endorse, like Nike, Under Armour, New Balance, Puma, even Salinger. What it means is these brands are the symbol by which they endorse companies that support them. It's just the same as it was in the days of heraldry, where a warrior representing a lord would wear his color and also wear his symbol, whatever it may be. You know, one thing that I've come to know is that it is indeed curious how traditions can be forgotten, but at the same time they can still be alive and well. Now, today we all wear our own choice of color when we go for a run, be it for training or for a race, but the color still holds its meaning. And one thing I'm curiously looking forward to is what everyone is going to wear come race day at the starting line. Because I'm curious to know what you stand for. So when you're preparing your race day kit, maybe consider looking up colors and their meaning and figure out what works for you. Because the world is full of colors and they all hold a story. So I hope you'll consider this, and also I hope you'll save the date, October 23rd, 2022. Thank you.